I'm Quizmaster Chaz, and I'll be your host for tonight. Hopefully, you're doing well out there. How's all the folks doing in the chat? Let me know. Hey, Great Gabbo, good to see you. Wait, what's a tradition now? Let me see. Although, and I love all the gifted subs from TS Master 33 to Frank Scenario to a Lena Star and a Uday Anoob. All right. Yeah. Oh, hey. Hey, Eric. How's it going? All right. Yes, as always, we have 7 rounds of pub quiz for you, 2 media rounds, and all that fun. Jerry and the Thunderfunk might be grading for y'all tonight. Just let them know if they're in the chat. Hey, how y'all living? Good to see y'all. Other than that, what y'all drinking out there? I'm just gotten into these truly lemonade things, and I drank all my strawberry lemonade ones that are really good. And now I'm drinking this black cherry lemonade that I think is also really good. And so, yeah, what y'all drinking out there? Whiskey on the rocks. That's, yeah. Strawberry. Strawberry is the best one. Apple cider hot toddy. I gotta try that. Wow. Oh, okay. Like, I'm imagining it's just like regular apple cider that you heat up. Do you heat it up with any herbs like cloves or cinnamon or anything like that? Yeah, original Trulies, lemonade, seltzer. Those are good too. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to try that out. Oh, Doritos. Yes, I actually have a mango one in my fridge right now that I maybe need to mix it with something, but I don't know. Anywho's what? See, how about we get into the quiz? If you want to get into the quiz, put into the chat hashtag quiz it up so we can get into round number 1. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? Oh, well, there's round number 1. Round number 1 is called Hey, Get Off My Shoulders, because every correct answer contains either angel or devil. One more time, round number 1 is Hey, Get Off My Shoulders, because every correct answer contains either angel or devil. So let's get started with question number 1. What fashionable film earned Meryl Streep a Golden Globe and Emily Blunt a BAFTA nod? Question number 1, one more time. What fashionable film earned Meryl Streep a Golden Globe and Emily Blunt a BAFTA nod? There we go. Thank you, Sovos. Alrighty, let's see what else is going on in the chat. Don Quizote. You know what? In the chat, put all the really bad pub quiz team names that you've come across. Also, I need ideas for good pub quiz team names because I'll go out to pub quiz with friends every once in a while, but I don't actually know any good ones. Oh, we love Trivia Newton John. We love it. Not really. Sarcasm. Anyway, moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 is the following. What fashionable Disney role earned Glenn Close a Golden Globe nod and Emma Stone $8 million? Question number 2, one more time. What fashionable Disney role earned Glenn Close a Golden Globe nod and Emma Stone $8 million? Hey, Jerry, how's it going? I told folks that you might be grading for them. If you are, let them know. Better late than pregnant. Given the state of the world right now, that has some unfortunate implications. But oh yeah, my couch pulls out. Christina Aguilera, I've seen that one a bunch of times too. All right, y'all keep putting some good suggestions in the chat. We're gonna head on over to question number 3. Need both names for this one. Laugh all you want. But in 2010, the International Magician Society named what mind freaker magician of the century? Question number 3, one more time. We need both names. Laugh all you want. But in 2010, the International Magician Society named what mind freaker Magician of the Century? Cream, cookies rule everything around me. I mean. Legend, oh wait for it, dairy. I mean, anybody who's watched How I Met Your Mother, though, like, that has like a special place in their heart, right? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. Anyway, remember, this is round number 1. Hey, get off my shoulders, where every correct answer contains either angel or devil. And here is your question number 4 for round number 1. Not actually capable of spinning at tornado speeds, what Australian critter is the largest carnivorous marsupial? Question number 4, one more time. Not actually capable of spinning at tornado speeds, what Australian critter is the largest carnivorous marsupial? Okay, I kind of like Quiz Khalifa, though. Like, you know, like, we don't get a lot of Wiz Khalifa references during quiz, so, you know. Let's see. You used to be Boot Scootin' Boogie for the How I Met Your Mother quiz. Okay. Red Scootin' Boot and Boogie. Oh, no. Oh, no. Anyway, hopefully if we do another one of those lives, you can get to it first. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let's move on over to question number 5. Maybe because he worked at the Vatican, or maybe just for his sweet beard, but what David sculptor was known as the Divine One? Question number 5, one more time. Maybe because he worked at the Vatican, or maybe for his sweet beard, what David sculptor was known as the Divine One? Wow. All right. I just learned something new today. Even though I've read over this quiz, it just clicked. Anywhoozy whatsy. Shut the F up. We are librarians. Okay. Anytime somebody would put a place in their name when I was recording live, it would be really weird to be like, and in 4th place, in 3rd place, right? I get it. Or the lovely one of, this microphone is a penis. It's like, grow up, people. We get it. Anyway, moving on to question number 6. Jessica Alba's big breakout role was playing the super soldier Max on what James Cameron created action series? Question number 6, one more time. Jessica Alba's big breakout role was playing the super soldier Max on what James Cameron created action series? Mediocre is best, or like the vying for last teams, especially at places that give out like second to last place prizes. I thought they're all in good fun, so I love them all. Our name was with 4 points. Oh my god. I like that one. In 4th place with 4 points. That would fuck me up. I won't even lie. I would be like, wait, I'm not supposed to say anything after this? Anyway, moving on to your penultimate question of round number 1. And it's about video games. So hey. Have Demon Brothers Dante and Virgil star in what action video game series that's very, very loosely based on the Divine Comedy? Question number 7, one more time. Have Demon Brothers Dante and Virgil star in what action video game series that's very, very loosely based on the Divine Comedy? I like it. I like it. Oh, I'm gonna have to steal that one, dude. In 4th place, or in 6th place, but first in fun. Oh man, I'm loving all of these. Next time I play pub quiz, I'm gonna have to say, hey friends, I got some team names. Because sometimes we try to be topical, but we don't know what that topical thing should be. Next time we try to be topical, I'm just going to say our team name needs to be like the ointment or something. Who knows? Anyway, for question number 8, your final question of this round, you have a 50-50 shot. In 2002, which Major League Baseball team won their first and only World Series appearance? Question number 8, one more time. In 2002, which Major League Baseball team won their first and only World Series appearance? All right, that does it for all our main questions. But since this isn't a media round, that means you are going to have a chance to win a bonus prize brought to you by Geeks Who Drink Pub Quizzes, where you can get free tickets to playing on Zoom. So do it. Anyway, for this one, we only need the last name to enter. You put exclamation point the answer. You'll have up until I start reading the answer for question number 7 of round number 1. So your bonus question is the following. Who played the devil in The Devil's Advocate and the not-so-angelic Roy Cohn in HBO's Angels in America? Your bonus question one more time. Who played the devil in The Devil's Advocate and the not-so-angelic Roy Cohn in HBO's Angels in America? Anyway, question number 1 once again. What fashionable film earned Meryl Streep a Golden Globe and Emily Blunt a BAFTA nod? That is The Devil Wears Prada. For question number 2, what fashionable Disney role earned Glenn Close a Golden Globe nod and Emma Stone $8 million? That is Cruella de Vil. For question number 3, laugh all you want, but in 2010, the International Magician Society named Chris Angel Magician of the Century. I mean, maybe he deserves it, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Moving on to question number 4. Not actually capable of spinning at tornado speeds. What Australian critter is the largest carnivorous marsupial? That would be the Tasmanian devil. For question number 5. Maybe because he worked at the Vatican, or maybe just for his sweet beard, what David sculptor was known as the Divine One? That is Michelangelo. And yes, there is Angel in Michelangelo's name right there at the end. I didn't notice it until now. Anyway, if you follow us on Geeks Who Drink on Twitter, that was the answer of the day. So for question number 6, Jessica Alba's big breakout role was playing the super soldier Max on the series Dark Angel. For question number 7, Half Demon Brothers Dante and Virgil star in what video game series that's very, very loosely based on the Divine Comedy? That is Devil May Cry. And apparently, the reason why they started making this game is because of a glitch in the Resident Evil series where you could jump really, really high for some reason. So high. And anyway, for question number 8, you had a 50-50 shot, funnily enough, between angels and devils. In 2002, which Major League Baseball team won their first and only World Series appearance? That would be the Los Angeles Angels. The other one would have been the Devil Rays, but that's not the correct answer. Anyway, that does it for your answers for round number 1. So let's get back to your bonus question. You get a chance to win 2 free tickets to Geeks Who Drink Zoom quizzes. Your bonus question one more time. Who played the devil in The Devil's Advocate and the not-so-angelic Roy Cohn in Angels in America? That would be Al Pacino. Round number 2 is called My Chart Will Go On. We're going to play 8 Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 hits from this day in history. You name the song and artist. We'll go through the set list twice, and then when we come back, we'll go over those answers. So have fun with round number 2.
Wish I could shut my Playboy mouth. Oh, oh, oh. How'd I turn cross the floor. They've got the moves. You drop your drink, then they bring you more. All the school kids so sick of books. They like the punk and the metal band. When the buzzer rings, at first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the life inside you. Shine bright tonight, you and I. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. And I wish you joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love. Wish I could shut my Playboy mouth. How'd I turn my shirt inside out? Inside out, right. Control your poison, babe. Roses are thorns, they say. And we're all getting hoes tonight. Kitchen and I'm in the bedroom. I'm in need of lip, they say I'm pumping through hoops. All my love infinite, nothing I wouldn't do, but I won't do. Searching for you, cooking in the kitchen and I'm in the bedroom. Guys, you know you better watch out. Some girls are only about. The blonde waitresses take their trays, spin around, and they cross the floor. They've got the moves. You drop your drink, then they bring you more. All the school kids so sick of books. They like the punk and the metal band. When the buzzer rings, at first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the life inside you. Shine bright tonight, you and I. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. And I wish you joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love.
Let's go over those answers for round number 2.
Wish I could shut my Playboy mouth.
Number 1 was Just Dance by Lady Gaga featuring Colby O'Donis. 2 is Positions by Ariana Grande. And this was released in 2020. 3 is Doo-Wop That Thing by Lauryn Hill, released in 1998. Or popular in 1998, I should say. Question number 4 is Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles, and that was hot in 1986. For number 5, that is Diamonds by Rihanna, and that was hot in 2012. 6 is Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee. And yes, that was hot in 2020. Yes, 2020. For question number 7, You Make Loving Fun by Fleetwood Mac, and that was hot in 1977.
I wish you love.
And question number 8, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, and that was hot in 1992. All right. And now we're moving on to round number 3. Round number 3 is called First Name Basis Cartoon Edition. So for this round, I'll give you 2 clues whose answers combine into the name of a famous cartoon character. You name the character I'm hinting at. Here's an example. The first name of the crusty trainer who moved Rocky to victory, and a computer accessory that moves the cursor around. The answer to that would be Mickey Mouse, because Mickey is the trainer and Mouse is the cursor. And if you don't know, just guess a random cartoon character and maybe you might get it. Maybe. Anyway, here is your question number 1 of round number 3. The keyboard key your thumbs rest on when your fingers are on the home keys, and the film about eternal rest that got Whoopi Goldberg an Oscar. Question number 1, one more time. The keyboard key your thumbs rest on when your fingers are on the home keys, and the film about eternal rest that got Whoopi Goldberg an Oscar. All right, Magilla Gorilla, B. Theodore, Tex. I like these. If I don't, let's see. What else do we got? Oh, B. Theodore Rex. I think I remember some of those from Boomerang, back before Boomerang became something else. But anyway, let's move on over to question number 2. The saint who supposedly drove the snakes out of Ireland, and the invincibility granting object that lets you drive through enemies in Super Mario Bros. Question number 2. The saint who supposedly drove the snakes out of Ireland, and the invincibility granting object that lets you drive through enemies in Super Mario Bros. Pete Puma. Is there really a Pete Puma? Epic Demon, sorry. And that's also the thing too. Whenever I first saw demon spelled like that is when, like, you know, you get the mailer demon because this email doesn't exist. I just thought it was like, it's like, is that how you spell it? Then I finally played Hades, and then when oh god, I forget who, Theseus, I think you Damon Wayans, I love it. You fight Theseus. He called me that, and it was written like that. I was like, oh, that's why it's like that. Anyway, moving on to question number 3. A Sanskrit word for a master of mantras and meditation, and the English word for the large omnivore that symbolizes Russia in political cartoons. Question number 3, one more time. A Sanskrit word for a master of mantras and meditation, and the English word for the large omnivore that symbolizes Russia in political cartoons? Hey, don't yell out the answers. Don't yell out the. I mean, you're not actually yelling it out, but don't put the answers in chat. Come on. Come on, fam. Party foul. Why does Party Foul sound like it should be an Adult Swim cartoon or a Netflix series trying to emulate an Adult Swim cartoon? Somebody pitch that to Netflix. You might get some cash. Anyway, we're moving on to question number 4 of your first name basis cartoon edition, round number 3. Remember, we're giving you 2 clues. The first clue is for the first name of the character, and the second clue is for the last name of the character. Here is your question number 4. The stuff you're trying to use as fuel instead of carbs in a keto diet, and the prince who lent his name to a nightmare fueling junk piercing. Question number 4, one more time. The stuff you're trying to use as fuel instead of carbs in a keto diet, and the prince who lent his name to a nightmare fueling junk piercing. Caillou don't suck. I mean, Caillou may be bald, right? Like for a toddler, but Caillou don't suck. Like Caillou fine. Did he have kids? I don't know. I actually have a friend whose child that was dealing with cancer, so I don't know. I guess I'm a little sensitive to that now. I mean, no, I would not imply Caillou as that in any way. I mean, I think I've only seen like one episode of Caillou anyway. I just know Caillou gets a lot of hate. I just don't understand why Caillou gets all the hate, right? I mean, maybe that hate should go to like the Backyardigans or something. I don't know, or Dr. McStuffins. Who knows? I'm just saying random kid shows out loud now. Caillou Kaiju. That. All right, let me stop cracking up and head on over to question number 5. The nickname Peyton Manning shared with a law enforcement rank, and the nickname of a Cheers bartender shared with the actor who played him. Question number 5, one more time. The nickname Peyton Manning shared with a law enforcement rank, and the nickname of a Cheers bartender shared with the actor who played him. I still can't get over Caillou Kaiju. Like, you know what? That is gonna be my next team name. That will be my next team name. Caillou Kaiju is probably like one of the most amazing team names I've heard in a long while. Like that is crazy. That is ridiculous. I love it. It's so good. Anyway, let's move on to question number 6. Adele's a friendly titled chart topper from 2015 and a fund built up to buy snacks and stuff in a friendly poker game. Question number 6, one more time. Adele's a friendly titled chart topper from 2015 and a fund built up on to buy snacks and stuff in a friendly poker game. Right? And for this one is actually a person, no matter what you think. Because that's what the creator said. It's a person. You'll know when I say the answer. I know, right? It doesn't give it away too much, but if you know, you know. Anyway, let's move on over to the penultimate question of round number 3. Because Dutch, the 3-letter abbreviation the Olympics use for the Netherlands, and the major chunk of Belgium where the Dutch-speaking Flemish live? Question number 7, one more time. Because the Dutch, the 3-letter abbreviation the Olympics use for the Netherlands, and the major chunk of Belgium where the Dutch-speaking Flemish live. I'm happy for you to challenge that, the great Gabo. As you should. You don't know, and I don't know. Well, like, that's the best thing about pub quiz. If you don't know something, then you'll learn it, and then maybe it'll be useful later on, right? Like, that's kind of how it works. That's why I listen to pub quiz podcasts, right? Maybe. Anywho, moving on to question number 8, your final question of round number 3. The great Russian emperor who ruled until 1725. And the half-goat Greek god known for his great libido. Question number 8, one more time. The great Russian emperor who ruled until 1725. And the half-goat Greek god known for his great libido. The worst thing about pub quiz is when they reuse a round from the previous week and you score lower the second time. I mean, real talk. Like, there's a bar near me, and we would always play every Thursday. But every once in a while, the quizmaster would recycle their questions, and we went long enough that we would remember when they would recycle their questions. But for me, whenever that would happen, they would recycle it, and then but we would like get an inkling that they did it before, and then when it came down like a third time or fourth time, we were like, oh no, he's done this before, so this is the correct answer. Recycling questions save the planet. I mean, they say reduce, reuse, and recycle, so I guess just playing with that trend in pub quiz. Anyway, let's move on over to your bonus question. Once again, brought to you by Geeks Who Drink Zoom Quizzes, where you can win 2 free tickets to a Geeks Who Drink Zoom quiz. Remember to put in exclamation point the answer to enter. Your bonus question is Illuminati alert. Rocky, Bullwinkle, Homer, Bart, and Stimpy all share what middle initial? So your bonus question one more time. Rocky, Bullwinkle, Homer, Bart, and Stimpy all share what middle initial? Question number 1, once again, the keyboard key the keyboard key your thumbs rest on when your fingers are on the home keys, and the film about eternal rest that got Whoopi Goldberg an Oscar, the former is Space, the latter is Ghost, so that is Space Ghost, but not Coast to Coast. For question number 2, the saint who supposedly drove the snakes out of Ireland in the invincibility granting object that lets you drive through enemies in the Super Mario Brothers series. That is, the former is Patrick, the latter is Star. That is Patrick Star from, of course, SpongeBob SquarePants. For question number 3, a Sanskrit word for a master of mantras and meditation, and the English word for the large omnivore that symbolizes Russia in political cartoons. The former is Yogi, the latter is Bear. That is Yogi Bear. And did you know in the live action movies, Boo Boo was voiced by Justin Timberlake? I don't know, that might not come up in pub quiz later. So now you know. For question number 4, the stuff you're trying to use as fuel instead of carbs in a keto diet, and the prince who lent his name to a nightmare fuel junk piercing. The former is Fat, the latter is Albert. That is Fat Albert. Space Road. Moving on to question number 5. The nickname Peyton Manning shared with a law enforcement rank, and the nickname of a Cheers bartender who shared with the actor who played him. The former is Sheriff, and the latter is Woody. That is Sheriff Woody. For question number 6, Adele's friendly title chart topper from 2015 in a fund built up to buy snacks and stuff in a friendly poker game. The former is Hello, the latter is Kitty. That is Hello Kitty. And yes, Hello Kitty is a girl, not a cat. For question number 7, because the Dutch, the 3-letter abbreviation the Olympics uses for the Netherlands, and the major chunk of Belgium where Dutch-speaking Flemish live. The former is Ned, the latter is Flanders. That is Ned Flanders. Not according to the creator Skull. Because she has a cat as a pet. Anyway, moving on to question number 8. The great Russian emperor who ruled until 1725 and the half-goat Greek god known for his great libido. That is, the former is Peter, the latter is Pan. That is Peter Pan. All right, and now for your bonus question once again. Illuminati alert. Rocky, Bullwinkle, Homer, Bart, and Stimpy all share the middle initial of J. Round number 4 is called Pretty Please with a cherry on top because it's a round about outrageous requests and cherries. Ribbed for your flavor. Or for your favor. Never mind. I can't read. Ribbed for your favor. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway, round number 4, once again, is Pretty Please with a cherry on top. Your rounds on outrageous requests and cherries. Here is question number 1. In 2016, he tweeted Mark Zuckerberg asking for $1 billion. In 2020, he tweeted America asking for your presidential votes. Who's that rapper? Excuse me. Question number 1, one more time. In 2016, he tweeted Mark Zuckerberg asking for $1 billion. In 2020, he tweeted America asking for your presidential votes. Who's that rapper? Vanilla Ice, ribbed for your favor. Now I feel like that's a commercial Van Winkle should do for someone. I don't know. Right? I mean, like, we should all ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion. I mean, could he afford it? Probably not. Not to everybody. Maybe everybody in the chat. Right? I don't know. But would he just give us meta stocks then? I don't know. Anyway. Moving on to question number 2. Jerry Jones played the president on 2 seasons of what? That ticking clock show that somehow burned through 9 POTUSes in 9 seasons. Question number 2, one more time. Jerry Jones played the president on 2 seasons of what ticking clock show that somehow burned through 9 POTUSes in 9 seasons. Ichiban, lipstick for men. I mean, isn't that just lipstick though? Like, what makes, like, I mean, other than basically malifying the commodification of things, because that's what we like to do as society, right? What makes it lipstick for men? Just the branding? I don't know. Oh my god, the lipstick tube is shaped like a dog's lipstick tube, I'd presume. I don't get it. Anyway, moving on to question number 3. Just fear me, love me, do as I say, and I will be your slave. And that's the Goblin King's a totally reasonable ask in what film starring Bowie's Bulge? Question number 3, one more time. Just fear me, love me, do as I say, and I will be your slave. That's the Goblin King's totally reasonable ask in what film starring Bowie's Bulge? Wait a second, but do as you say, and you'll be my slave? That seems counterintuitive. Like what? Like, huh? I don't get it. What? Please, it's shaped like a human foreskin. Oh no. Oh lordy. As opposed to like a dog's foreskin or a cat's or any other mammal or any other organism or fauna that has a penis. I don't know. I'm taking this too far. I'm sorry. Give me some grace, y'all. Anyway, you know what gives me grace? Question number 4 of round number 4. Pretty pleased with the cherry on top. You're round on outrageous requests and cherries. Maybe I just did the former right then before. Anyway, question number 4 is a pack of Starburst Fave Reds contains cherry, strawberry, and 2 other flavors that are thankfully free of seeds and surreptitious booze. I practiced that too, and I still messed it up. Look at me. Anyway, question number 4, one more time. A pack of Starburst Fave Reds contains cherry, strawberry, and 2 other flavors that are thankfully free of seeds and surreptitious booze. I wouldn't want anything gasoline flavored. Goodness gracious, that would be that would be that's a no from me, dog. A no from me. Oh yeah, I just remembered something from this round, but don't knock it till you die from it. That sounds like a good name for a podcast for like people who passed away from doing things first. I don't know. Somebody should make that a podcast, y'all. Anywho, moving on to question number 5. Though she does her own shucking, Grace Jones's 2017 tour writer mandated that her dressing room have Tabasco sauce and 2 dozen of what shellfish. Question number 5, one more time. Though she does her own shucking, Grace Jones's 2017 tour writer mandated that her dressing room have Tabasco sauce and 2 dozen of what shellfish. Which does not immolate us, makes us tastier. That is very true. That is very true. Because cooking is just heat over time. No. All right, folks, let's move on over to question number 6. If the actual cherries on top weren't enough, Black Forest cake is traditionally served doused in what fruity booze? Question number 6, one more time. If the actual cherries on top weren't enough, Black Forest cake is traditionally served doused in what fruity booze? Oh, yes, and it's time for one of my favorite tropes in the world. Question number 7, your penultimate question of round number 4. The Cherry Orchard is a play from what Russian author who you shouldn't trust with your mantelpiece guns? Question number 7, one more time. The Cherry Orchard is a play from what Russian author who you shouldn't trust with your mantelpiece guns? Great gap. Oh man, that's funny. Call me shellfish, but my writer prohibits shellfish. I mean, living in the Pacific Northwest, shellfish, they're pretty good. Although I have yet to have gooey duck, but I need to try that. It could be good. I actually did go shellfish hunting. You can get like a license for it. You can just go out to one of the rocky beaches that get muddy and you can just dig into it. It's pretty cool. Still have my bucket. I need to go out again sometime. Probably next summer though, because it's a little too cold now. Anyway, moving on to your final question of round number 4. Question number 8. Despite not batting for them since 1999, every year Bobby Bonilla gets a $1 million check from what NL East team? Question number 8, one more time. Despite not battling them since 1999, every year Bobby Bonilla gets a $1 million check from what NL East team? And now for this bonus question. When we do it, I got something to say, but I'll say it after we do it the answer. You'll know why. I'm soon enough. Anywho, a lobster. And for the answer to the bonus question on this one, we're going to need the full state name with no spaces. So for this one, in Philly, and you need to buy your friend a needlessly bougie wedding gift, the Cherry Hill Mall is one of the fanciest in Camden County. In what state? Your bonus question one more time. In Philly, and you need to buy your friend a needlessly bougie wedding gift, the Cherry Hill Mall is one of the fanciest in Camden County. In what state? Okay, hold up. First of all, I am from Philadelphia, and I have been to this mall multiple times, and I don't know who the fuck would call this mall fancy. Like, I'm sorry. Right, like, maybe people from Jersey, but like, here's the thing. I don't know why if you lived in Philly and you needed to get your friend a needlessly bougie wedding gift, you would go to this mall specifically. Not when we have King of Prussia Mall, which technically is the second biggest mall in North America, and not in North America, sorry, the second biggest mall in America, or the United States of America, I should say. And also in terms of like square footage that it takes, it's technically bigger than the Mall of America, just not all that space is internal. Right, so I don't know. Anyway. And there's other malls in New Jersey too that I mess with too. Like I used to go out there a lot because oh wait, no, that's the answer, sorry. Anyway, it's for both question. Anyway, like that so you can understand my vibes for being from Philadelphia and going to East Philadelphia. I kid. Anyway, let's go over those answers for round number 4. I mean, it was really close to me, right? Like directly. Like I am from Philadelphia and I have gone to this mall. I just forgot. Anyway, it's not like you get a point. It's all in good fun. Anywho, question number 1 of round number 4 is the following. In 2016, he tweeted Mark Zuckerberg asking for $1 billion. And in 2020, he tweeted America asking you for his presidential votes. We're talking about Yeezy himself, Kanye West. Question number 2. Cherry Jones played the president on 2 seasons of what ticking clock show that somehow burned through 9 POTUSes in 9 seasons? We're talking about 24. I also feel like if anybody's seen that show Designated Survivor, I feel like they were trying to take Kiefer Sutherland's vibe from 24 and just putting it in like a different sort of position. Like, 'cause sometimes he would just like be a badass even though he was like the Secretary of Education or something. It's an alright show. I feel like it was trying to heal America while it was on the air. Anyway, moving on to question number 3. Just fear me, love me, do as I say, and I will be your slave. That's the Goblin King's totally reasonable ask in Labyrinth, starring Bowie's Bulge. Bulgy. Now, that's also should be another team name, y'all. Bulgy. Don't ask people what it means, though. Moving on to question number 4. A pack of Starburst favorites contains cherry, strawberry, and 2 other flavors that are thankfully free of seeds and surreptitious booze. That is fruit punch and watermelon. For question number 5. Though she does her own shucking, Grace Jones's 2017 tour writer mandated that her dressing room have Tabasco sauce and oysters. Ooh, team name Surreptitious Booze. I like it. Ooh. That might be another one I gotta put in my back pocket. Moving on to question number 6. If the actual cherries on top weren't enough, Black Forest cake is traditionally served doused in Kirsch or cherry liqueur, because I guess you just have to have a lot of cherries. For question number 7, The Cherry Orchard is a play from the Russian author You Shouldn't Trust Your Mantelpiece Guns, that is Anton Chekhov. And question number 8, despite not batting for them since 1999, every year Bobby Bonilla gets $1 million check from the New York Mets. Whole Saul vasectomy. Oh my gosh, these team names. Teams of Bowie Bulge. Yes. Anyway, back to your bonus question, which you technically already know if you were listening. Anyway, in Philly, and you need to buy your friend a needlessly bougie wedding gift, the Cherry Hill Mall is one of the fanciest in Camden County. It's in New Jersey. Although I still don't understand how it's bougie. Round number 5, called Cool Story Bro, because it's Natural Gazpacho Day. So name these movies that have something best served cold somewhere in their titles. Of course, we'll go through the clips twice, and then we'll see you when we get back. But we'll take a break, and then we'll go over the answers afterwards. So good luck and have fun.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love.
I think I can handle it.
Get your act together! Hot and Roses play! Hey, come on, man! I got 4 people waiting for me. I'm not going back here with 3 drinks!
I know, it's coming.
With a twist, hot salute on the rocks, Cupid's and tonic, and a velvet hammer!
Is that what I ordered?
I was born of heterosexual parents taught by heterosexual teachers in a fiercely heterosexual society. So why then am I homosexual? And no offense meant, but if it were true that children mimic their teachers, we'd have a hell of a lot more nuns running around.
From the Algarve back in Portugal. My grandfather taught my father how to make it. And my father taught me. And one of these days, when I retire, I just might teach one of you. It's tradition. And you don't monkey with tradition. Amen.
Leona,
This week, I dined
will you please tell us what's in the pizza?
Haven Brand, and I have
そのマグロによって味が全く違ってくるから、味見をするんであれば赤身と中トロが一番見やすいということ。どれでもいいっていうわけじゃないから。
Oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette, the Lancelot of the revolutionary set. I came from afar just to say bonsoir to the king, to the 12, he's the best.
C'est moi.
I am Hercules Mulligan, up in it, loving it. Yes, I heard your mother say, come again. Light up your doubters and horses.
Eric! Like...
More mature.
Yeah, looks like we're in for quite a change.
I'll say. Parties, meeting new people. This is really going to be great.
I don't know.
Just relax, be yourself. Like Davy Crockett always said, you sure you're right? Then go ahead.
Ogre!
Get your act together! Hot and Roses play! Hey, come on, man! I got 4 people waiting for me. I'm not going back
homosexual. And no offense meant, but if it were true that children mimic their teachers, we'd have a hell of a lot more nuns running around.
And one of these days, when I retire, I just might teach one of you. It's tradition. And you don't monkey with tradition. Amen.
Feeling it?
そのマグロによって味が全く違ってくるから味見をするんであれば赤身と中トロが一番見やすいという。
Salam free. Oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette, the Lancelot of the revolutionary set. I came from your far just to say bonsoir.
Just relax, be yourself. Like Davy Crockett always said, you sure you're right? Then go ahead.
Ogre! Ogre!
All right, folks, we're back with your round and number 5 answers in honor of National Gazpacho Day. You named those movies that have something best served cold somewhere in their titles.
Get your act together! Hot and roses play! Hey, come on, man! I got
Number 1 is Cocktail.
I know it's coming. With a twist, absolute on the rocks, Gilby's and tonic, and a velvet.
Am I homosexual? And
Number 2 is Milk.
True, that children mimic their teachers, we'd have a hell of a lot more nuns running around.
And one of these days, when I retire, I just might teach one of you.
Number 3 is
Tradition.
Mystic
And you
Pizza.
don't monkey with tradition. Amen.
Feeling it?
そのマグロによって味が全く違ってくるから。
For 4, that's Jiro Dreams of a
赤身
Sushi.
と中トロが一番見やすいという。
Salam free. Oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette.
Number 5 is Hamilton.
I came from your far just to say bonsoir.
6 is Mac and Me. 7 is Gunpowder Milkshake.
Just relax, be yourself. Like Davy Crockett always said.
And 8 is Revenge of the Nerds.
Ogre! Ogre!
All right, now let's move on to another 16-point round. Round number 6. Second guess yourself. For this one, the rules are simple. For each question, you can either give 1 or 2 guesses. If you put down 1 guess and you are right, you get 2 points. If you put down 2 guesses and either one is right, you get 1 point. If you put down 3 or more, you cheating. You get 0 points. But you're playing at home, so I guess you can do what you want. Anyway, moving on to question number 1. Which Pixar film had a main villain named Hopper? Question number 1, one more time. Which Pixar film had a main villain named Hopper? If you put down 0 and get it right, that's like 10 points. I mean, I don't know if it works like that. It could. Maybe in your own personal like scoring mantra it could, but anyway. And that's true. I've never had cold nerds. You might actually like, I feel like nerds were something I would never like crack down on. I'd always just like, keep it in the mouth and just let the candy coating just melt off. But that might be too much information. Anyway. Big brain gift. Nice stuff. Anyway, let's move on over to question number 2. Tell me what element has the chemical symbol CO? Question number 2, one more time. What element has the chemical symbol CO? My kids like nerds and drinks at Sonic, and it weirds me out. I mean, that is a little weird. Nerds in a milkshake, that could be interesting. Like, do you put it on after the fact, or do you blend it together when you're making the milkshake? Like, that's the question. But now you make me want to go next door to the supermarket and get some vanilla, get some ice cream, get some milk, and then I'm just gonna blend up a milkshake. I should totally do that. Oh my god, what am I doing with my life? I haven't made myself a milkshake in a very long time, but now y'all make me want to. Pie shakes? That sounds good, but also it feels like they need to have a Vitamix to do it well. That sounds good. Oh, I want to try that too, especially if it's like a cookies and cream or like one of those, like you get like an Oreo pie from Burger King and then you get some Oreos and you get the milk and oh god. Anyway, let me stop being hungry and start moving on to question number 3. So for question number 3, which giant tech company bought Shazam back in 2018? Question number 3, one more time. What giant tech company bought Shazam in 2018? See, I love pecan pie, but it's usually so rich I can only have like half of a slice. Like now I kind of want to know what like a sweet potato pie sort of milkshake would be, like sweet potato, some nutmeg, and some vanilla ice cream with a little bit of vanilla. That might be good. I also just need to learn how to make sweet potato pie because nobody makes it out here really often. Anyway, moving on to question number 4 of your second guess yourself around, and number 6. Shaun White has by far the most X Games gold medals in what sport? Question number 4, one more time. Shaun White has by far the most X Games gold medals in what sport? Right, I mean, if you've never had warm sweet potato pie with like some vanilla ice cream on top, you are missing out, fam. You are missing out. You gotta make it happen. You just gotta go to your closest soul food restaurant or maybe even a Sherry's, get their sweet potato pie, get some ice cream on top. You maybe have them drizzle it with either some caramel, right? And X Games Biathlon, chewing bubble gum and kicking ass. Alrighty, moving on to question number 5. If you order your Waffle House hash browns covered, what exactly will they be covered in? Question number 5, one more time. If you order your Waffle House hash browns covered, what exactly will they be covered in? You know what? Because I've only been to the South a handful of times, I've never actually been to a Waffle House. But now, because there's like, I think I've mentioned this before in chat, but the cult of Blackstone Griddle owners on TikTok. But now I want to make this on my Blackstone Griddle when I get a chance. So, root beer float with Cherry Garcia ice cream. Oh God. My arteries. I'm probably still gonna try it though. Anyway, moving on to question number 6 of round number 6. Of the countries whose common English names start with P, which one has easily the highest population? Question number 6, one more time. Of the countries whose common English names start with P, which one has easily the highest population? I'm really liking the vibe with this music too. Oh my god, that's funny. That's too funny. All right, now your penultimate question of round number 6, question number 7. American singer Josephine Baker was recently reinterred at prestigious Pantheon in what European capital? Question number 7, one more time. American singer Josephine Baker was recently reinterred at prestigious Pantheon in what European capital? Do you stand for population increase? Right, or is it the Eminem song stand? All right, are we talking about that? Alrighty, folks, and finally, for question number 8, the fourth and most recent season of The Crown covers the entirety of what decade? Question number 8, and one more time, the fourth and most recent season of The Crown covers the entirety of what decade? Oh, I remember Stand By Me. Stand By Me was legit. All right, folks, and now for your penultimate bonus question on tonight's quiz. Remember to put exclamation point the answer for this one. And for this answer, we want the baby version. Yes. So, your bonus question is, there is a medieval take on the traditional nativity play called the Second Shepherd's Play, where the shepherds mistake what guessable animal for baby Jesus. For your bonus question one more time, there's a medieval take on the traditional nativity play called the Second Shepherd's Play, where the shepherds mistake what guessable animal for baby Jesus. Remember, we want the baby version. Question number 1, answer for round number 6. Question number 1, one more time. Which Pixar film had a main villain named Hopper? That is A Bug's Life, because he's a grasshopper, you see. Or question number 2, what element has the chemical symbol CO? That would be cobalt. Or question number 3, the tech giant that bought Shazam in 2018, that is Apple. For question number 4, Shaun White has by far the most X Games gold medals in snowboarding. For question number 5, if you order your Waffle House hash browns covered, they will be covered in melted cheese. They're just cheese. For question number 6, of the countries whose common English names start with P, the one that easily has the highest population is not population Stan, it's Pakistan. For question number 7, American singer Josephine Baker was recently reinterred at prestigious Pantheon in Paris, France. And question number 8, the fourth and most recent season of The Crown covers the entirety of the 1980s. All right, and now for your bonus question brought to you by Geeks Who Drink Zoom Quizzes one more time. There was a medieval take on the traditional nativity play called the Second Shepherd's Play, where the shepherds mistake what guessable animal for baby Jesus. That would be a sheep or a lamb. It's random knowledge.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
You know what it is. It's the final round, random knowledge. A good rule of thumb to follow for those who haven't played before are that even numbers are worth 2 through 4 points, and odd number questions are worth 1 point. So starting with 1 point, question number 1. And for this one, we only need the first name. What lassie kid has fallen off of cliffs, been trapped in abandoned mine shafts, and sunk in quicksand, but has never been stuck in a well? Question number 1, one more time, and we only need the first name. What lassie kid has fallen off cliffs, been trapped in abandoned mine shafts, and sunk in quicksand, but was never stuck in a well? Oh no. I'm sorry that your sound went out, but I'm glad that it is back. Let me see. Ricardo Montalban. Oh. Well, hey, I guess 2 references are better than 1, right? Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, put in the chat what references you think we should put in next quiz. And maybe somebody will take heed of it. Who knows? Anywho, moving on to question number 2. This one is worth 2 points. Films released in 2021 include Edgar Wright's Last Night in Where and Ridley Scott's The Last What? Question number 2, one more time for 2 points. Films released in 2021 include Edgar Wright's Last Night in Where and Ridley Scott's The Last What? Chekhov's Montalban. All right, Kirby fan 8. What should we know about your friend Zach? And as Kirby fan, are you like a Jack Kirby fan, or are you a never-ending pink ball sucking people in and stealing their powers Kirby fan? Couldn't fall into a well because it wasn't ADA compliant. Oh my gosh. Wow. Why you coming at Walter Emmanuel Jones like that? Why you coming at Walter Emmanuel Jones like that? Great guy, bro. Anyway, let's move on to question number 3. Your anagram question of the night worth 1 point. The title character eventually married Dallas Fort Worth AD Alexandra Cahill on what very 90s action series that anagrams to extra large wankers? Question number 3, one more time. The title character eventually married Dallas Fort Worth AD Alexandra Cahill on what very 90s action series that anagrams to extra large wankers? I mean, like, whenever I think of Zach, I do think about either, yes, Walter Emmanuel Jones as Zach on Power Rangers, or The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. I mean, the Great Gabbo. I remember when I first learned that, but I learned that later in life when he became like a ballroom dancer of some sort, and he started to win like a lot of competitions, and he came back for one of those. It's been 20 years since the first Power Rangers came back. Walt, he was on the Shield? What? I didn't know that. Yeah, I know, right? Like some sort of dancer. I don't know if it's ballroom, but it's like salsa or the waltz or one of those things, right? I feel like if you look it up, yeah. And then I think his finger's been that way for like ages, right? So, Great Gab, we need to stop. Oh my god, I can't. Anyway, let's move on to question number 4, where we have 3 points on Silly PETA suggestions. So your first one is they suggested saying snitch instead of what mammal. For point number 2, they proposed changing what baseball field component to arm barn. And for their final point, they wanted Minnesota's Ham Lake to change one letter and make it what more vegetarian option. Question number 4, one more time, 3 points on Silly PETA suggestions. They suggested saying snitch instead of what mammal. They proposed changing what baseball field component to arm barn. And they wanted Minnesota's Ham Lake to change one letter to make it what more vegetarian option. Ham cake. ham cake. Oh my god, I can't believe y'all both said that at like the same time. Oh, that's great, right? Now, see, I feel like I have like there's this one TikToker, and their stick is they make recipes from like the olden days, from like the early 1900s to like maybe the 1960s. And I feel like a ham cake would be something they would make on their show, right? And I don't know if it would be good or not, though, right? Because I feel like they would take like slices of ham, and then like, you know, I don't know what they would put in the middle to make it stick, like maybe some molasses or something, because people are weird, and then put it in the oven to let it all crust up. And then they would like slice it open and you bite into it and it'd be like, this is disgusting. Anywho, moving on to question number 5, also worth 1 point. Not at all related to that Middle Eastern sesame dip. What south of the border spice made from chili, limes, and salt graces the rim of every good michelada? Question number 5, one more time. Not all related to that Middle Eastern sesame dip. What south of the border spice made from chili, limes, and salt graces the rim of every good michelada? No, it's bologna with cream cheese icing. No, no. Wait. That just sounds so bad. Oh, wow. There's no such good thing as a good michelada, so they're all great micheladas then? I don't know. Or way better than Bloody Marys. Fight me about it. Okay, next time. I go to a Mexican restaurant. I'm gonna have to get a michelada and see how it is, because I've never heard one. Right? Like, now I want to have one. Anyway, we're moving on to question number 6, and this one is worth 3 points, and we're using CIA data. For point number 1. Does Israel have a higher Christian or Muslim population? For your second point, does India have more Muslims or Buddhists? And for your final point, does Nepal have more Buddhists or Hindus? Question number 6, one more time for 3 points using CIA data. Does Israel have a higher Christian or Muslim population? Does India have more Muslims or Buddhists? And finally, does Nepal have more Buddhists or Hindus? Ooh, get one that includes bacon. Okay. Would it be weird if I put crickets in it? No. I'm sorry. I just love getting crickets every time I go to like a Mexican restaurant that has crickets. I mean, like some places, like if they make the crickets and they put some lime on it and like they toss it, it's so good. I'm sorry if people are freaked out by creepy crawlies and don't want to eat them. They're a good source of protein. And, you know, they actually make cricket flour that you can make different sort of like cakes and cookies and all that too. So, hey, maybe try it. Who knows? Anyway, let's move on to your true penultimate question of round number 7. Or I should say, your final round. Question number 7 is what I meant to say. Anyway, your question number 7 is: a plane flying over the Bay Area recently skywrote over 1,000 digits for an art piece called what in the sky? Question number 7, one more time. A plane flying over the Bay Area recently skywrote over 1,000 digits for an art piece called what in the sky? That is true, Jerfad. Apparently, 80% of the world's population has bugs in their dishes to some degree. And I did just watch an Epicurious video about different ways to cook bugs and all that. Anyway, so, you know, I mean, I've only had crickets, but I'd be down to try some other stuff. Like I saw, like you can cook scorpions. Although scorpions are technically crustaceans. But yeah, they even have one for like tarantulas, which I was like, what? All of Earth's populations have bugs in their dishes. They just aren't in the recipe. I don't know. The FDA might have something to say about that. Although I guess the FDA does allow for like 0.1% of like, you know, bugs to be in a dish or something like that. You could indeed call a lobster a bug. A lot of them are like bugs of the sea, and I do like bugs of the sea. Give me your lobsters, give me your crawfish, give me your prawns, give me your shrimp, right? Give me the bugs of the sea. I'm about that life. If you got any good recipes for bugs of the sea, let me know. Anyway, we're moving on to your final question. That is the bonus question of tonight's quiz. Question number 8, worth of 4 points. Just like before the name change, California's Crypto.com Arena will host 2 NBA teams, 1 NHL team, and 1 WNBA team. Name them all. Question number 8, one more time for 4 points. Just like before the name change, California's Crypto.com Arena will host 2 NBA teams, 1 NHL team, and 1 WNBA team. Name them all. I mean, I always try to keep frozen shrimp in my freezer because, like, even though it's not a chore to defrost them, like, I worked in a seafood department when I was younger, so I know you just have to run them over cold water for like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes and they should be good. And then you gotta take them out of the shell and everything, but I feel like they are worth the effort, especially if you just keep Old Bay on hand. Usually I'll just put a little bit of oil, a little bit of Old Bay, mix it together, and then toss those things and fry them on both sides and just eat them by themselves. So good. It's so good. Lazy Daisy, oh my gosh. You are no longer the Staples Center. You are Crypto.com Arena. Right? Anywho, let's move on to your final bonus question of the night, brought to you by Geeks Who Drink Zoom Quizzes, where you can win 2 free tickets to play some quiz online with your friends over Zoom. Your bonus question is, and this one is just a letter. Your bonus question is, we aren't sure how he got his name on the cover, but George Perex Avoid is a 290 page novel that doesn't use what most common letter in French. Wait, how you do that? Anyway, one more time, your bonus question is, we aren't sure how he got his name on the cover, but George Perex Avoid is a 290 page novel that doesn't use what common letter in French. For question number 1, we only needed the first name. The lassie kid that has fallen off of cliffs, been trapped in abandoned mine shafts, and sunk in quicksand but never stuck in a well. That is Timmy. Or Timothy. Or just Tim, if you're nasty. Anyway, for question number 2 for 2 points. Films released in 2021 includes Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho and Ridley Scott's The Last Duel. For question number 3, the title character eventually married Dallas-Fort Worth AD Alexandra Cahill in the very 90s action series, The Anagrams from Extra Large Wankers. That is, of course, Walker, Texas Ranger. For question number 4 for 3 points on the Silly Peter suggestions. They say, instead of saying snitch, you should say snitch instead of saying rat. They propose changing the bullpen to arm barn because reasons. And they wanted Minnesota's Ham Lake to change one letter so it would be called the more vegetarian option of Yam Lake. Because what? Anyway, moving on to question number 5. Not all related to that Middle Eastern sesame dip, even though I might mispronounce it that way. What south of the border spice made from chili, limes, and the salt graces the rim of a good michelada? That is tahini. Wait, I said it the Middle Eastern way. I'm sorry. Anyway, you know what I mean. Moving on to question number 6. For 3 points, we're using CIA data. Does Israel have a higher Christian or Muslim population? That would be Muslim. 4, does India have more Muslims or Buddhists? That would be also Muslim? Okay. And 4, does Nepal have more Buddhists or Hindus? That would be Hindus. For question number 7, a plane flying over the Bay Area recently skywrote over 1,000 digits for an art piece called Pie in the Sky. All right, and finally, question number 8. Just like before the name change, California's Crypto.com Arena will host 2 NBA teams. Those are the Los Angeles Lakers and Clippers. 1 NHL team, that would be the Los Angeles Kings. And the WNBA team, that would be the Los Angeles Sparks. And those are your 4 LA teams that are now at the Crypto.com Arena. And finally, your bonus question. Well, once again, brought to you by Geeks Who Drink Zoom Quizzes, where you can play some quiz online with you and a friend. And it is, we aren't sure how he got his name on the cover, but Georges Perec's Avoid is a 290-page novel that doesn't have what most common letter in French. That would be E. Anyway, as always, it's a blast hosting for y'all over the interwebs. I hope you have a good night. If you want to find out where I do some other things online, do ! Chaz in the chat and I'll let you know. I do host a podcast called How You Living. I do sometimes stream video games on Facebook.com. So if you want to see me in those places, please come through. Otherwise, don't forget to be awesome and get home safe and have a good night. But you're probably already home, so you're probably already there safe. So, anywho, we'll see you next time. Have a good night. Peace.